Welcome back to Marketing Champions here on Daily Ad Brief. I'm Howard Walpuff, your host. Again, we're talking about marketing with marketing experts around the country, but today we're actually not dealing with someone in the United States. We're in Malta with Josh O'Cock from Growth Gurus. Josh, welcome to our conversation today.
Hey, Howard. Thank you so much for having me. It's an absolute pleasure to be here, and I'm really looking forward to sharing this session with you.
Well, we're excited to hear a lot more about you. So why don't we get started with sharing how you got started in the marketing industry?
Yeah, that's a great topic. So Malta is actually a very small island. We're located in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, but I started my career in marketing over in Manchester in the United Kingdom. That's where I went to university. And it was very interesting back then, and this was 2007. There wasn't really a degree around digital marketing or social media marketing that today there is. So I kind of built my own. I did business management and information technology. In my master's thesis, I had to write a list of recommendations to an existing business. And I was brave and bold, and I wrote the recommendations to my own university. So I wrote to them how to utilize social media channels to communicate better with their audience. This was picked up by the right people, and they actually offered me a job to act out my list of recommendations. So that's how it all started, working in the social media space. I then moved to work for an American company with an office based in Malta. So this was like a divine intervention where I got relocated back to my home country on a professional basis. And there we started, again, building out the digital marketing and really looking for different ways how to connect with our audience. This was in the mobile games, mobile apps space. We then realized that I had a knack for this, so we started to roll out the marketing services to different companies from around the world, and that's where it all began. Started Growth Gurus, our agency, in 2015, and it's been a fantastic journey ever since then.
So what was the reason that you actually started Growth Gurus, and tell us about what you do day to day for your clients?
It started because I identified a big gap where social media was no longer just something that perhaps you pass on to your nephew to do on his summer internship. It became one of the leading channels to run marketing activities. And you see that even in the shift in budgets. So budgets increased into the digital and the social media space, where previously like large brands were focused more on traditional media. However, there was an experience gap. So even the most experienced of marketing professionals at this stage had very limited experience in running social media campaigns or paid ads. We actually watched the industry be created around social media ads, Twitter ads. So at that point, I became a level playing field where my experience was equal to someone who had been in marketing for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. So we noticed that businesses needed to take it seriously. They were taking it seriously, but they didn't know how to do that in a proper strategic manner. And this is where it began. We started working with different corporates, and also one of my first big clients was a high-profile astrologer, actually, based in Hawaii. Then we worked with a corporate service provider that helped companies to set up, and it just snowballed from there. We then evolved into developing the online presence alongside the social media and the digital campaigns. So today, now it's 7 years on, Growth Gurus it's very clear what we do and what we don't do, who we do it for and who we don't do it for. And this is actually one of my biggest tips for today's session, to know who you are and who your audience are. So now we're working largely with B2B tech companies, Web3, blockchain, crypto, game providers, to the iGaming industry, and businesses which help other businesses to grow. So that's our sweet spot. In simple, there's 3 pillars to what we do. We define the brand identity, and we develop the online presence, and then we scale your reach. And at the intersect of those 3 different pillars, we can unlock business growth for the right businesses. And well, it's really very important.
It's fantastic to see the depth of how you are working with your clients and all the different ways that you have covered for them when they any type of issue they have, any direction they want to go in marketing, it's really clear that you really have some great answers. So we thank you so much for all of this information you shared, and really thank you for joining us today.
It's an absolute pleasure. It's been great. It's been great, and I look forward to seeing this and hopefully to reaching the right people through this message too.
Excellent. And thank you all for joining us as well. Really, it's fantastic when you find these agencies that really can address all your needs and really get your revenues growing and address the communication you have with your growing audience. So learn more here on Daily Ad Brief, but go out and have a great rest of today, and I'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.